Hey guys, so look, this was fantastic. I mean, Wednesday night was lit, so that's why I only did 2 reviews of stuff and I had to get out of there. So, sorry for the delay. This is the season finale of Greenleaf, season 2, episode 16, The Pearl. Now, this is how you do a season finale. The episode starts off where we see that Charity is the background singer, or backup singer for Tamla Mann, but Tamla Mann wasn't the singer. There was another gospel singer singing that song. She was singing that song. While that's going on, we see everyone going and having their own trials and tribulations. Lady Mae, she's going through her, it looks like this kind of, you know, when people have a lockbox full of their personal stuff, things that are really personal to them. Lady Mae has this, and one of the things are the news article for Man of the Year for Mac. I'm thinking, why are you looking at that? Zora has her own issues where her man, as we know, is abusive. He's putting on his hands on her multiple times, and I'm saying multiple times because when she was doing the outfit fitting and her arms were exposed and her back, he said, And I was a little disappointed because the woman who was in charge of fitting her for her outfit said, you know what, why don't we go and get some a shawl to cover you, to, you know, to cover your arms so that they're not exposed, so that they're not bare. And I'm thinking, okay, I get it if you do that to her because she's young and she's clearly trying to hide it, or that something's wrong, but at some point, because she's not paying for this herself, she's not this program, come on now. That's when I was thinking, so no one's going to call the parents and say something's not right here. So that pissed me off. Next thing that irked me was, now we have Mary Soul doing everything. I get it that we pay her and she is, you know, she works for the manor, for the house. But everything, the fact that it's like, oh, okay, take Bishop's clothes and put them in the guest wing. I said, the guest wing? Was it the guest wing or guest suite? Either way, all I heard was money. And that was more than enough for me. So Gigi sees this and saying, wait a minute, what's going on? What's good? We see that Mae also sees her mother's pearls. So that inspires her to do something. Charity's singing her little heart out. Jabari is looking at her like, oh yeah, you doing it, baby. You doing the darn thing. Grace is going to go and ponder and snoop around, figure out what's going on with her parents, as she should. When things like that are happening, you should at least wonder, I'm not going to mention it to them. I'm going to go and figure this out myself. But Lady Mae, she has, like I said, her mother's pearls, and she actually had them separated so that she could give them to Zora and Sophia. They were happy about it. Zora the whole time was out of it, like, Lord, this is cute and all, but I have so much going on, I can't even tell anyone. That was the type of look and vibe that I was getting from her. And then, to make matters worse, I like the story, though, that Lady Mae was saying how, you know how pearls are made? And she said, oh yeah, it's like oysters, they get an infection or something, and some sand comes in, or there's a parasite, and she's like, yeah, exactly. And then she named what the parasite was. It comes in, and the oyster, you know, to protect itself, it coats this parasite, and until it eventually makes a frost. Oh, that's a great story. And that was nice, but then we hear some rule that beep, 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 beep. I said, oh God, I already know that's Isaiah. So Isaiah was outside. So Zora had to leave. Lady Mae realized, because Zora said goodbye to Lady Mae, but not to Sophia. So the Lady Mae said, is something going on with you two? It's like, no, it's not her directly. So what is it, the boyfriend? Oh yeah, he's so rude. He doesn't come to the door. What type of man does that? Isaiah does. Now, Lady Mae calls her sister Mavis. So yes, Oprah is back this episode for a special appearance as Mavis, due to the fact that Lady Mae realizes that this documentation is essentially saying that she something's off. And Mavis answered that phone like, huh? What? Yo, I got stuff to do. What's good? What's going on? I was thinking, what? But when she said, look, I think I can get your club back. Because remember, there was a whole thing of they're able to reclaim the land and the property because it was actually a historical site or something like that. So the government reclaimed it thanks to Mac doing all that mess. It was just all of that foolery. But when Lady Mae was going through the actual paperwork, she realized something's not right here. 2 plus 2 is 4, not 6. So what is this? Lady Mae's ready to go. She's dressed. She's decked out. What's currently going on? Why does she look like Cruella DeVille? She looked like a black Cruella DeVille talking to Kevin. Kevin is back. Kevin is back and he wants his son. Kevin said, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. I understand what I did was wrong, but I'm a father. I'm that boy's father. I'm going to go be there for him. Where is he? Charity went on tour. I mean, you could have had the son if you came back a long time ago. He said, you know what? I understand, but you're not going to keep me away from my son. I have rights. Lady Mae said, oh, you want to play that? You want to take it to the courts? You have rights. Yeah, you have rights. You have the right to be a father. You have the right to not to bail out. I'm not worried about you. It's you and who's and what's doing. I'm just concerned about the fact that you dipped into something else, dipped into something new. You got scared and you ran off. So why don't you go and have Mary Soul escort you out? And I'll let Charity know that you called. Maybe. I'm thinking Kevin does has rights, but part of those rights, definitely, those rights are under questioning because you bailed. So that's all that really matters. Next thing we know, we're at the photo shoot. Everyone's in white. You know, I love black people in white. It is so nice. It is so nice. It something about the darker skin or different tones of the skin in that white. But just for special occasions. I'm not talking about you. Your whole outfit's white. Your car's white. Everything's white. No. We're black over here. It's going to be the opposite. Everything black. Everything black. Anyway. When there was a big contrast between when Sophia and Zora did their pictures. Zora was just out of it. She wasn't even smiling or nothing. She just had this look of, oh, I have this little gremlin to my right and I just can't, and I don't even feel comfortable talking about it to my parents because for whatever reason I don't feel like I can bring it to them, which happens all the time, unfortunately. And so then once they're done, we see that it's Grace, Sophia, Bishop, and Lady Mae. And Grace invites Darius. I'm thinking he doesn't need to be in that. No. He doesn't need to be in that. Sophia has a father. He didn't make it, but she still has a father. She should go spend some summers with that father. So what's this man? Is this man committing to you? Is this man giving you a ring? This is a family portrait. This is something really important. Anyway, so that irked me. Zora, like I said, she's just zoned out because she has to deal with the fact that Isaiah doesn't want to be there. He's already complaining before everything really commences. When Lady Mae and Bishop had to take a picture on their own, things got very awkward because they definitely did the, all right, don't act stupid. Put on a real smile. Make sure Lady Mae was like, if you embarrass me in front of these people, I'm thinking, Lady Mae, you're doing too much. Gigi picked up on it, so she said, Jacob, you see there's something wrong with Mommy and Daddy. What do you think we should do? What is there to do? I'm thinking, Lord, that is Jacob's mentality, isn't it? I can see that being Jacob's mentality. I can see that's why a lot of stuff happened. I loved the actual ceremony. The actual ceremony was nice. All the girls were there with their fathers or their father figures, or they were doing the dance. Oh, I said, oh my God, if I had a daughter, I would. If I had a daughter, I would sign her up for all the debutante stuff. Like, we're doing this. Yeah, no, this is for you, babe. It's for me. It's for me. Because I want the pictures. I want the moments. I want the hugs. I want the love. I do. And I think of Lord Jesus, if my daughter ever brought home an Isaiah, I don't know who I would kill first. And I'm not even joking. Like, that would be it. I said, all right, I get it. People can make their choices, but I still feel like I failed, which is kind of what's happening here. Lady Mae was talking to to Tasha, and Tasha was trying to apologize. She said, "This is beautiful." Lady Mae said, "Don't worry about it. Everything worked out. Under different circumstances, whatever." Now, you guys notice that Miss Cross was watching in the background, lurking like, "Ugh, I'm tired of them." And then there was this weird moment where Miss Cross and Tasha kind of gave each other looks after Lady Mae left. I'm looking at them like, all right, they know each other. I already peeped what it was. People were saying it before, and I said, you're absolutely right. That's 100% possible. And it looks like they were right. I can't even take the credit for myself, because I knew that it was just came too out of left field that, that Miss Cross came out of nowhere. No, she was planted there, and I figured, and I said, she's going a little bit too hard. Charity, while she's away with Jabari, Jabari's kind of confessing his overall love for her, and they make plans to have Whoopi. That's what we'll say, to have Whoopi in the boudoir of their hotel. No, they're going to do it later. Great. Now, things are a little weird because we see Miss Cross see, this is where she messed up. She went too hard for Bishop, because she was talking to him saying, you know what, I came to the church because originally, I had ulterior motives. He said, yeah, I felt that way from the start. I know you felt the same way I felt. He said, regardless if there was feelings in there or not, that's it, it's done, nothing. I can't do it. I want to, but I can't. That's not what he said, but that's essentially what he was saying. And you could tell Mrs. Cross was irritated. I'm looking at Rochelle like, you went too hard in a public forum. Lady Mae's gawking you from a mile away. What are you really doing? It makes no sense. So then we finally get, was it now we get the confirmation? Yeah, I'll just say it. When that fails, Rochelle goes and talks to Tasha and lets me know that, dang, I was really trying, but it looks like it's finally over. And I said, what? Yeah, it's like my brother, we hatched this dang plan and didn't come to fruition. I mean, we were trying to get the Greenleafs. So going after the father and just ruining the family from the top may not work, but there's still other options. We have other options, other way to play it. But it's not over yet. Trust and believe what they did to our family, it's not over. And so, yes, that confirmed it. She is one of, because apparently Basie has two, I believe it's two sisters, if I'm not mistaken, or at least a sister. And he was a child that Bishop didn't know that Basie's father had. So Basie is clearly, if he even met them when they were little, it was a long time ago, because he didn't recognize Rochelle. She got married, had a different name. I mean, she essentially conjured her way to the top, and all to get revenge against this one man. That's not even petty. That's just sad. Really doing all of that just to go after one person? Really? So then Carissa's talking to Jacob because she's trying to figure out, what's wrong with you? Because Jacob said, why don't we allow her to go out and have fun? She's a good girl. This is great. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention when the ladies were coming out onto the floor, it was saying, for example, Sophia, whatever. So we're going to just call her Sophia Greenleaf. Sophia Greenleaf attends so-and-so, helps with the Little Saints, has a GPA of 4.5. I said stop there. Zora Greenleaf goes to Triumph Church, has GPA of 4.2. Oh, God, Jesus. My GPA was 3.7 in high school. I'm trying to figure out how in the 4 points. So you basically get right on everything and then extra credit and take extra courses to get extra. Jesus. So while Jacob is saying all of this, now that I put that out there now because Jacob's thinking, oh, we have a good girl. Why can't she just go out a little bit later? Carissa said, they're sleeping together. What? I found condoms in Zora's bedroom. What? She didn't deny that they're sleeping together. And while Zora's dancing with Isaiah, there's a commotion because he's over it. Because Zora's essentially saying, we can't be together. I can't go out because he wants to go and leave right now with a limo. And he's trying to figure out why can't he go with her? Why can't she come? And she said, look, my mom knows that we had sex. she found the condoms. Why didn't you hide it? I did hide it. She ransacked my room. Because she's a real parent. Something was off. She went and checked up on it. That's what you're supposed to do. Clearly, Isaiah's parents, because apparently he does have parents. And when I say does have parents, I mean, it's not like, oh, they're just off far, far and away living off on his money and no one's really watching him. Apparently, he still lives at home, and it's just that he's a little, you know, gospel trap music star, whatever. He's dancing off beat. Sophia's realized that something's wrong. So then he storms off. Zora goes after him. Sophia goes after her. Sophia waits behind the corner looking like, what's going on? He was like, you know, I'm tired of this. You know, all this mess. How dare you go and do this and this and that. And you're always making them excuses. And you're trying to sabotage this. And everyone's against me. And because first he grabs her and she's like, get off me. And then he smacks her. I said, no. I said, Sophia, thank you for not running in there. Because that man, because I see you as sweet little Sophia. So I'm not expecting you to try and go and defend Zora against some man, some boy like that. Stop calling him a man. Some boy like that. So she runs and tells the whole courtyard, oh my God, Uncle Jacob, Zora just got hit by Isaiah. Thinking, couldn't you say it any louder? I know you're hysterical, so understand, because now everyone's like, wait, what? Music stops. The whole Greenleaf table goes and runs. And so Isaiah, of course, like the punk he is, they come back. He comes back into the courtyard. I love I'm calling it courtyard, even though it's inside. And when he comes down, Jacob's just like, oh, so you hit my daughter? So you putting your hands on my daughter? Boom! I was so proud. And then they were like, wait, stop, he's a kid. What are you doing? And then Isaiah was like, oh. He goes and runs off like the punk he is, of course. Zora's pissed, so she goes and runs to the bathroom because she was like, wait, but why'd you do that? Sophia told me that he hit you. Oh no, what happened? Because now they're touching her and they finally see the bruises. Like, now wait a minute, what's going on? Did he hit you? What is going? Because now she doesn't have the shawl. So they're like, what is going on? What are you doing? And she's like, no, I hit something. A door hit me. No, what are you doing? Nope. The cat's out of the bag. And then she goes, runs after Isaiah, who runs away, period. So she goes and runs to the bathroom. Now everyone and their mother's trying to figure out how they can get into the bathroom and go and talk to her. And Sophia felt bad, but I'm thinking, no, you did the right thing, baby. Because because what happens later is Jesus. So everyone's taking turns trying to talk to her through the bathroom door. You know, Gigi, her mother, except for Lady Mae. Lady Mae is apologizing and doing damage control, saying, oh, I'm so sorry that we made this whole scene, this incident. And I'm thinking, so that's the first thing you think? And then, of course, she's concerned about her grandchild. Absolutely. She loves children. So that's not the problem. The problem is, especially her grandbabies, she's just one of those people. That image is so important to her that she just says and does stupid stuff sometimes that you just was. And then, speaking of the stupidity in the Greenleaf household, then we have Zora. She gets a call from Isaiah, and Isaiah was like, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to do it. And she's like, oh no, I know, baby, but I can't go. Because he was like, wait, can you just come with me? I'm thinking, if you have to leave that bathroom sometime, Zora. Not playing. So she finally gets out, and she's just like, I want to go home. And Charity, she has sex with, what's the man's name? Jabari. It was a nice scene because Charity's in this nice negligee. She's looking good. Everything's looking right. And so what's the problem? Her problem is she's only been with Kevin. So Jabari would be the second man that she's been with, so she's not experienced. So he said that's fine. She also said she had to do a C-section, so she has a scar. He said, oh, where's the scar? He goes and kisses up on her, and then he's down there, so you know what happens next. I said, Charity, you better get yours. While all that's going on, we finally see one of the best scenes of this, but the whole episode was so good. So Mavis has a visitor, and it's her sister. Mavis is packing. She wants to go. She wants to go to, what was it, Switzerland? Switzerland or Australia or whatever. Because wherever the jazz and that type of music is prosperous, that's where she's going. She's going where the money is. And then she gets the paperwork. Because she's like, look, I don't want to hear that talking from you. Just give me the paperwork. She reads it and says, oh, this is cute. But she doesn't want to fight to get her club back. So she says, give it to Grace. Let Grace go and, like, save the world. Do whatever she wants. Not save the world. And it's not funny, but it's funny. And what ends up happening is it goes really left. Because we have this situation of, oh, you know what? I just want my sister back. You want your sister back. You never had her. You never tried to act like a sister to me. So why are you trying to go and say you want me back? You use a lie. Use a cheat. Use a deceiver. I am done with you, Mae. I am over you. You do too much. It is tiring. And she was just, going down the list. Mae was like, I'm sorry. It's like, sorry for what? Just for everything. Because Mae originally was trying to go through the path of, don't you want to talk about Mac and Daddy? We're the only family. She said, no. I said, yeah, that's right. Well, don't you want us to, we're the only family that we have. We're the only family that we have. Mind you, I forgot to say that, you guys know Grace's face when she found out that her auntie was in town and auntie didn't say anything. I was like, oh, your relationship is destroyed. You already know that. She's bitter. So, Grace, you're just going to have to let that one be. Now, Lady Mae, this is where it goes left. She decides to say, well, you know what? I forgive you too. Wait, what? Excuse me? I forgive you for doing what you did with Bishop. But he did say it was a one-time thing. So, I have to just forgive you because it was just once. And she said, oh, is that what he told you? Just like that. Well, if that's what he told you, then trust and believe, this wasn't a one-time thing. Do you want to know why he actually married you? He married you because you were a pretty little light-skinned thing. That's how it was in life. Oh my gosh, look at Mae. Look at her and her nice hair. Look at her and her light skin. Just pick her. Just choose her. Just give this to her. And that's what Bishop wanted. He wanted something nice on his arm. He didn't love you. He never actually loved you. He just loved how you looked. He loved how it made him look to have someone like you on his arm. So how does it feel to know that you are always in a loveless marriage with someone who rather be with someone else, but just tolerated you because he cared about money and status? Mae was shook. I said, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever seen Mae that quiet in my entire life. Mae had that look of, but then boss popped in. Boss said, all right, you know what? I'd rather be in a loveless marriage, rather be just pretty and used up and be a wife than, what is it that you are? Because if I'm all those things that you said, and yet he still married you and made me the wife, what does that not make you? Boom! I don't think Mavis was ready for that, because the conversation was over. The conversation was over. That was it. Lady Mae won't ever let someone get the upper hand on her. That's the only thing I like about her. I do like a good little villain, as long as it's a villain in moderation. Bishop, he wakes up. He's having a lot of pain. Apparently, I guess it's the next day, maybe? Yeah. And they're trying to figure out, Kevin and Carissa are trying to figure out what to do with Zora. So they're just figuring, you know what, just talk to her. Just talk to old girl. And because Carissa's over it, she's trying to figure out, I always made sure that girl knew that she was special and held her up high. I understand why she wouldn't see the value in herself and know that someone shouldn't do that to her. And I said, Carissa, I love that you did that for your daughter, but Your daughter has never met real opposition. That's the actual problem. She just got whatever she wanted. This is the first time she's never really gotten what she wanted. And she had to revert back to not something that she knows, something that she's learned. Alert behavior, let's be real, from the relationship of her parents. Jacob wasn't physically abusive, but he definitely played mental games, and definitely, even though Carissa said lots about Jacob and just tried to run him, he also degraded her multiple times and just made it seem like, okay, she had to go and take it. And clearly Zora saw that. So I'm thinking that's probably what she's kind of relying back on. So when Jacob goes to try and talk to her, he realizes the room is ransacked. So then he's like screaming, Carissa, come in here. She's gone. He's like, what? Yeah, she's gone. So they don't know where she went because she left her phone there. So we're all assuming that either Jabari came in and said we have to go. But then again, he's not quiet. So they probably would have heard him if he was there. Or she just snuck out. She just snuck out. They need to turn on that phone and see what was the last text messages, unless she deleted them. Now, because they called his parents and he wasn't home. Again, that's why I was like, wow, he has parents. Now, it's morning time at the Greenleaf Manor. Lady Mae's back, and she said, you know what? I had a nice conversation with Mavis. More so only once, huh? How about this? How about you take all of your stuff, you get out of this house right now? I said, and you know what Bishop did? He said, okay, happily. That's not what he said, but he might as well have said that. He just left. He just walked out. He looked out. He looked at Gigi and just kept walking. I'm thinking, oh my God, Gigi's trying to, like, oh my God, Mama, I didn't know what happened. And she's like, no, I can't. Very so, just go and just remove all of his stuff. I'm so hungry. I'm just so bad. Ugh. I said, oh my gosh. So he's leaving and he goes to this hotel. Which hotel, you may ask? The one that Miss Cross is at. And she has a fishnet top on. Lord Jesus. And he puts his hand, you know, on her waist. No, on the lower of her back. Oh God, oh God. Gigi also gets the call that Zora is missing and they can't find Isaiah either. That's how you end the season. That's how you end the season. Please like, comment, subscribe. This show's good. This show is good.